Hey guys, it's Lauren. I wanted to do the tag Jenna, the soul writer, created, which is telling my tattoo story tag.
First question. How old were you when you got your first tattoo versus your most recent?
Ooh, that's a fun story. So, I've always loved art, and I feel like watching a lot of tattoo competitions like Ink Master, and when I was 18, that the rule is you have to be 18 or older to get a tattoo unless you have parental consent, and I knew that wasn't gonna happen. So once I'm 18, if my sister takes me to a tattoo place that's reasonable and on the up and up, I get my first tattoo, because I feel tattoo is just another way to express art through your own personality. But they're like, no, we're not going to take you. You're going to be overwhelmed by it. It's going to be too painful. You're going to cry. All these excuses. And they're like, we probably don't even know what you would want. And, once you decide on something, you're stuck with it forever. Because I heard, tattoo removal is painful and expensive. And also getting it covered up is painful and expensive. And not being able to drive and not really knowing any other friends that had tattoos at the time, I was like a thing on my bucket list that I wanted that I never ended up getting. And in 2013, me and Nicole did a study abroad for being a student at CCBC, and it was a 10-day trip to London to study their culture. And I think for that experience kind of showed me I am capable of doing more than I think I can if I put my mind to it. And so I did some research and asked around and found a tattoo place that actually was on Ink Master called Pins and Needles, and just went one day. I had an idea in my head of what I wanted, and me and the tattoo artist kind of mapped it out right then and there. And the funny thing was being fearful of what other people would think of it, because I knew my sister had a tattoo and nobody really criticized me for it, but I didn't have one yet, and it was a pretty big one, so trying to be stealthy about it.
You tried.
And not wanting to be hey, look what I got. Trying to keep it a secret was hard to do. Especially when you come home and you have your arm all wrapped in saran wrap. It's what did you do to your arm? Did you hurt yourself? It's no, I didn't hurt myself. It's tattoo.
The other part is, how old are you for the most recent one you got?
Well, I think the most recent one I got was this year.
The other part of the question is, what is the difference between the person you were during your first tattoo to now?
I think the person I am now is not caring what other people think and getting something that's meaningful instead of something that's a shiny new idea. Oh, that's pretty, I want to get it on my, oh, let's do this. And trying to get something that I can look at it and be proud of, because I think the stereotype when people get their first tattoo is that they get something that everybody else has, or something that's trendy or cool, and then they look at it later on in life and they're just I'm not that kind of person anymore, or I'm not even into that thing, so why did I get it inked on my body?
Next question is a tattoo tour with minimal storytelling.
Ooh. Okay. So, on my left arm, I have you're gonna have to tell me if I'm in the shot because I can't see.
It'll just be fun. Blind lean blind.
On this arm, right there,
Yes.
is a rose and a white ribbon, which represents blind awareness.
Okay, let me zoom in. That helps.
And then on the end, I guess this would be the inside of my forearm or my lower arm.
Try a little more. I'm not sure how you got it or not. Try a little more. Like, try to do like up. Like, try to put your arm
Was
up.
that better?
There we go. Got it.
And it's a quill pen and lily behind it. And then on this arm has more ink.
And that's your first tattoo, right?
The Celtic knot with the flowers.
Yes.
Yes. And somebody actually told me what the Gaelic word for Celtic knot was, and I don't know even how to say it.
I'm not saying it.
But it threw me off for a loop. But it means family and sisterhood. And then the hummingbird, which is also Flit from Pocahontas. And on this part of the arm
Turn a little more. There you go.
is another quill.
Oh, you got a dagger in your arm.
Butterfly. Yeah, this is a dagger. This is a writing tattoo. That's why I said quill. I had a Dory brain moment there. And at the very bottom is more roses and a potion bottle. Represent magic. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show the one on my shoulder. I'm going to insert a picture of it. But it's a ram for Aries.
Next question. Are there any tattoos you would change or do differently?
Oh. That's a really, really good question. I don't know if there's any that I would do differently. Talking with my tattoo artist, I think having a roadmap of placement, because some of the tattoos are bigger than others. And if I originally had planned to get each one individually for cost purposes, because tattoos are expensive. And then I was like, I don't know why I never envisioned actually doing a whole sleeve to where all the skin would be covered. And then now you have to figure out how to add to what's already there to make it look cohesive. Well, a lot of times when people think they want a sleeve, they map out the whole area with an artist and then build on it.
Which is, which tattoo hurt the most physically, emotionally, spiritually, and mentally?
Ooh, I have two answers for that. So the one that hurt the most physically, you would think it would be the two by my wrist, especially the push-a-ball one, because it's right there on the bone. And it did hurt in the moment, but then it was fine. The one that hurt the most during and after is the ram on my shoulder. And I think that contributes to having back pain. And I was now thinking, it's on my shoulder. It's not going to be anywhere near my back. I'm good. But then when she did the outline and went near the center of my shoulder, near my back. But yeah, that was very, very, very painful. And that was also the only tattoo that I had to ask for lots of breaks. People think that you have to do a tattoo session all at one time, but you can ask for breaks from the artist and refresh and get water or snacks. And I found myself taking lots and lots of breaks when she did the shoulder, because it was so painful and I wasn't expecting it. The rest one, I'm thinking like, again, if you're a bone, like, when people get their ankle done, like, it's gonna hurt. Sure. But I wasn't expecting the shoulder one to hurt that much. And I don't know if I'd be able to get more on my back or not.
Mentally?
Mentally, it would have to be this one, the dagger with the lilies on it, because that was in celebration of publishing the first novel that me and Nicole wrote together, which is Hunted. And a lot of people envision of writing a book, but a lot of people don't finish it. I think it's like 75% of people say they're going to write a book and actually finish it. Or maybe less than that. I forget the percentage, but I feel like me and Nicole had a lot of obstacles writing the book.
Oh, yeah.
That was a huge milestone in our lives.
No, you're right, but we also know Dr. Room done, too.
Yeah, and then after that, then I published my poetry collection book. Technically, it was 2 books in one that year.
The other 2 were emotionally and spiritually.
I mean, I guess they go hand in hand. Like, every time I feel like I want to give up writing, I look at it and think, like, I finished something that I had in mind to do, despite all the setbacks and obstacles. So, I guess each time I publish a book, I get one more.
It doesn't work that way! Next question. Do you think tattoos have the power to heal?
Ooh. Yes. I know a few people that have gotten tattooed after coming out of, like, abusive relationship or self-harm, or to honor starting therapy. And like I said, the rose and the ribbon is an homage of, like, it's blind awareness, so it's owning up to my disability and being proud of it. And I think when I was younger and I was starting to lose my vision, I was afraid to use a cane, or being stubborn saying that I didn't need it because I wasn't completely blind, and I found myself getting hurt a lot. And like I said, when I was younger, I carried a lot of emphasis on what others thought of me. And I don't want to say that it's still not an issue, but I think I've come a long way from that person not caring as much of other opinions.
What is your favorite tattoo story to tell? Tell it and explain why.
Ooh! I mean, I've already hinted at some of them. Like I said, the dagger and the lily one is in celebration of finishing her book. But that one's fun to tell because people see a dagger and they think, like, I'm violent. And I'm like, no, I'm just quiet and shy. But that's because in the book that we wrote, they're hunters. And wasn't her cool? And I think the hummingbird one is fun to share because a lot of people see it as being a Disney tattoo, and even though I am a Disney adult, I got it more in memory of our grandmother, who had a garden and always had a hummingbird feeder, so there were hummingbirds around her, and I was close to my grandmother, my dad's side, and I think that was a fun way to memorize that relationship that I had with her. But I mean, I do love Disney too, so it's like 2 meaning in 1.
Which tattoo means more to you now than it did when you were got it?
No, I guess the push model one, because originally it was supposed to be a Ursula tattoo, but I didn't like how it was gonna look with like an octopus. It's funny, you'd think that'd be my favorite creature, but it's not. So now I can look at it and think of, especially because they connected it to the quill. So I think of it as the magic that we have when we tell stories.
Aww.
Yeah. So when I originally got it, it was just like a cool thing of trying to get a tattoo of my favorite Disney villain, which is Ursula. But then when I didn't like how it turned out, I still kept the pushing bottle and thought how to connect it to the other tattoo, which is the quill. And I was like, no, like the quill is dipped in the pushing bottle, and like you're writing a story that will spread magic into the universe.
What story about yourself do you wish to communicate through your loss of tattoos?
That your tattoo can be a positive reminder of the person that you are and the person that you want to be. Like, I eventually want to get more ink, obviously, but more of the mindset of the question earlier that tattoos can be for healing. So I have something to look at as a positive reminder that I shouldn't give up on my dreams. That I'm vibrant and outgoing and love color. I mean, except for the dagger and the lilies, that's the only black and gray tattoo I have. All the other ones are colorful. And I was like a child at heart and love nature, because like 3 out of the 6 have flowers and have a tie to nature. Like I said, with the flowers and the hummingbird.
Do you have a tattoo you long to get nuts? Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. I'm like, beep.
I have a lot and that I have the idea to do, but that is a good question. I had an idea for a Phantom of the Opera inspired tattoo, because of being my favorite musical, and I relate a lot to the story and the character of the Phantom. Probably some kind of book related tattoo to go with the quill. And a dragon. Nikki keeps saying I am a dragon because I love naps and I love hoarding things. And I love shiny objects, so I actually had an idea to do like a Legend of Zelda tattoo tied like with dragon to link the two things that I love that bring me joy on my back. And then when I got that on my shoulder, I'm like, I don't know if I can do it. That would be so cool. Kind of like the thing in Sleeping Beauty where it's a dragon, there's a sword like behind it.
Well, I mean, you could add yarn with a spider and have it while you're dragon going down, and that's tail as a shield from Zelda.
Nikki, I love you. That's so badass. I like that.
What artists do you admire in the ink world? If you have any, you admire.
I don't really pay attention to like celebrities in the ink world. I know on Instagram I like follow different tattoo artists around the world and I like their work, but there's no specific artist that comes to mind. I mean, I keep going back to Emily Atkin, who was my tattoo artist at Red Thorn Tattoo, and I've been happy with all the stuff that she's done. Now, when I went to the tattoo convention that they had in Baltimore a few years ago, they had a lot of artists from Ink Masters there, and even then, like, nothing really came out of me and said, spend all your money, get this artist done. Have ink on your body from this popular artist. I mean, a lot of their work was stunning, but
It wasn't fit for you.
I guess not, no. But I do like scrolling through Instagram and, like, looking at the different creations that they had. Especially there's this one artist that would blend different types of inks together to make it like a glittered effect on the skin, which is cool. So kind of look like thinking of a mixture of like watercolor paint and glitter.
If you could tell one person why not to get a tattoo, what would your advice be?
Because all the answers I'm thinking of are like, there's ways around it. I mean, I don't know what I've already said before, that it's expensive and painful. And if you do something random that's trendy, you might regret it later.
Why do you think so many authors and writers have tattoos, despite painting with ink on the page?
Well, like I said earlier, it's a positive reminder to yourself to keep following the dream, and if there's setbacks or obstacles in your way, or I know some people will get like a fantasy themed tattoo if they write fantasy. So if they feel burnt out or not inspired, they can look at the tattoo on their body and be inspired. So thank you, Jenna, for creating a tag. Obviously now I want to get more ink. I don't need more, I just want more. It's, like I said, it is definitely therapeutic and addictive and painful and expensive. And I don't need any more, but I want more. Because, gotta finish the sleeves.
But think of it though, you saved my tattoo, you can put it for a trip.
Then go to a trip and then go to a tattoo?
No! It doesn't work that way.
Come on! Get a tattoo before the trip. Cool. No, but seriously, tag whoever wants to do it. The only person that I can think of that's another writer that has tattoos is writer Sam Wicker, which I'm sure she'll probably do the tag as well. I can't think of any authors that have tattoos, actually. Well, I know Jenna does because she created the tag, but oh, now I'm curious. Anyway, as always, find a way to be creative today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!